I wanted to hear it too, but do you want to go ahead and speak on it?
I recuse myself from it.
Oh, there we go. We're good. Okay, so we'll go on to item number 4. So now Michael and Karen want to hear it.
The applicant is here to request the board's approval to modify a condition that was placed on the prior approval for the addition. The modifications that are being requested also is to add 52 square feet of living area within the existing envelope of the building. There are some window and door additions requested. The condition that was previously placed on the project was to lower portions of the staking, or to lower all of the staking actually for the new area by 12 inches. The applicant is now requesting that the property be able to, or the new roof be slightly higher. At the eave line, it would be 4 inches higher than what was previously approved, and at the center, it is a foot higher. And we do have a letter on file from a neighbor expressing some concern about the massing for the immediate neighbor. And with that, I'll turn it over to Carl. Thank you.
Good evening, folks. Carl Everson, architect, representing Mr. David Nail. I'm used to the holder here. Oh, okay. Of the modifications that are being requested, I think the real issue here is the roof. The windows are no big deal, I don't think. The added square footage within the building is basically we just pushed into a mechanical area to get a shower, and that was picked up as being additional living space. It's all within the building. Nothing's going out. The footprint is not changing whatsoever. Now, the roof issue. This has been a very contentious neighborhood. There's been a lot of emotional negativity going on here, and actually I want to step over that and address the architecture of the building. It's a Chris Abel design. It's a very unique house. It's special in what it is. My agenda here is to come as close as I possibly can to maintaining the quality of the design of the house. Now, when we lower this one portion a foot, like was written into the original approval, it's forcing something. We end up with a 6-foot 4-inch plate there. It's too low. The massing, the way that addition engages the existing structure, it becomes a little bit on the grotesque side. And this is my opinion, and it's just a professional opinion. We asked that we be allowed to raise this to where we originally had it. There is absolutely whatsoever. The massing will not affect the neighbor at all. If you went out to the neighbor's house today, like she suggested in the letter, you will see the hedge right there pretty much obscures most of what we're doing. So with that being said, unless I can answer specific questions, let's go forward.
Okay, anyone from the public wish to comment? Close the public hearing. Michael, questions?
Aside from the aesthetics of matching or adhering to the same, the established roof lines, et cetera, that are on the Chris Abel home, what are the practical issues that are raised of this interior space?
Well, immediately we go from a 6-foot 4-inch plate with a 10-inch beam dropping below that to, by raising it a foot, all of a sudden in a standing position, you can see out of the windows. So you don't have to, you're not being scrunched down to try to look out of those windows. It does improve the interior space considerably.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay, the neighbors, oh, I'm going to ask a question. Have question about the hedge and why it's not being maintained, or the landscaping.
I don't understand exactly what they mean by maintain. The hedge has been there for some time. It actually provides that neighbor with more privacy than they would have if it was reduced down. In fact, at the meeting that I had with the neighbor and Nancy Sarah, Nancy pointed out the fact that, what's the problem? The hedge covers pretty much what they're trying to do.
Okay, and are the eaves increased in size than were originally on the plan?
No, they are the same as what was originally on the plan, and actually Nancy Kirschke came to the city to confirm that, and I spoke to her about that.
Okay, thank you. Leslie, do you have any questions?
Okay, and David may have asked this question, but I was talking to Elena, so excuse me if I'm repeating it. Where's that additional square footage you're adding?
Okay, the 52 square feet is actually, there's a mechanical room that is between the entry toilet and the garage.
Down on the lower level?
Lower level, that's correct.
Okay, but, between the entry,
There's a toilet room as you walk in.
yeah,
there's
I see that.
Okay, there's a shower there.
Okay,
That is the additional living space, and that was actually a mechanical and storage area in the garage.
where the, I see your wall, okay. And that used to be, okay. That used to be a
Storage.
area or mechanical space, okay. And you're putting in a little toilet and shower there?
The toilet's there already, we're just putting in the shower.
Oh, okay, very good. And then the reason why you're bumping up the plates, is it 4 inches on the outside?
Yes.
Is for what reason?
There's a couple of reasons. The first reason is to aesthetically let the addition engage the existing building in a more graceful manner. It's going to be kind of contorted if it's pushed down so low. That's one reason. The other reason is from the interior space, instead of having where you stand up and you cannot see out of the window, it's going up high enough that you can now see out the window without having to scrunch yourself down to get out.
Was your plate height that you're proposing 7'6"?
7'4".
7'4", that's pretty low anyway.
That is
Okay,
low to begin with.
all right, thank you.
John, do you have any questions?
No, I don't, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to comments, and we'll start. Ken, did you have any questions? Do you want to go first? Leslie, do you want to go first?
You know, I remember this project when it came up with us, in front of us last year. I think it was last year. Time flies. And I didn't have an issue with the lower stakes or the lower plate height, I guess, anyway. I was fine with where it was previously. And you had agreed with the neighbors to lower it, whatever you did, whatever. So the fact that you're just bumping it up 4 inches on the perimeter, I have no issues with that. I see it from the staking. I see it from the neighbors' photos even. And I agree essentially with what you're saying about the hedge height. If I were your neighbor, I'd much rather look at the hedge than the building anyway. So I don't know what that's an issue. I don't have a problem with what's proposed on your project. The additional square footage for the little powder or the little shower down below, I don't have an issue with that. So I will accept it and approve it tonight. Thanks.
John, you ready?
Sure. I've been consistent on this project in trying to hold off the intensification of this, and I can't support putting a shower downstairs to serve a living room or a kitchen. I don't know what you do there that you have to shower afterwards. And I'm not in favor of raising the roof, so I don't support this at all.
Thank you. Michael?
I can really appreciate how challenging it must have been to draw the sections through this house. It's been challenging for me to, walk through it and visualize all the changes and what was there before and what you've proposed and what has been done. That said, I am wrapping my arms around the request tonight, and I don't have any issues with the additional doors, windows, or the additional square footage. My main concern was really with this roof height. And I'm just reading some of the concerns from the neighbors, and their concerns regarding the eaves. I looked at the eaves and found that they're not extending any farther than they were originally, and nor do they extend any farther than is allowed by the code. So I don't have a problem with that. The